Welcome back to Cinema Crew's Point of View. And we're here with the Star Wars Cinema Crew to talk about episode 5, the penultimate episode of the Obi-Wan series. Of course, we got the astute looking Chloe Diz. What's up, Chloe?
Hello there. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening.
Superstar E Money. What's going on?
Smoking stormtrooper pack, you know it.
And of course, my man, Mr. Josh Waring.
Yo, he look like the Hood Vader, yo.
Oh, snap. Wait. I wish I had it with me, but I bought my nephew a birthday card. He's turning 10. Or not my nephew, my little cousin. And it was a picture. Okay, about to die.
Use the force in your lungs, Lord Swift.
Damn, you got some good shit on this call.
And commercial break.
Right, I would.
I'm back.
Wait, but listen, right? So it was a car and it had a puppy on it, and it was just like Darth Vader. And then we open it, it plays the theme song, and it says, "Welcome to the Bark Side."
The Bark
Oh
Side.
my god, the bark side.
There had to be a dad joke on that card.
It definitely
Yeah.
Eesh.
Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah. All right, guys. See, like I said, we're here to talk about episode 5, and as you can see, those watching the show, that we are missing one of our members, Mr. Main Games. He couldn't be in it today. He's celebrating Father's Day a little early. His wife is taking him out to the movies, but he wanted to leave his thoughts. So I'm going to just read his thoughts before we get started. So he says, first of all, about Anakin, I love the flashback. It adds depth to the story while also giving us insight to what goes on under Vader's helmet. 2, she did it. She finally reached her goal of becoming Grand Inquisitor. Talking about Reva, of course. E, you should be proud, he said.
Oh yeah.
I like this won't last long. She got the job too quickly. Then he says, Jabim, the planet they were on, looks bad. At least the area they're in. The swindler with the heart of gold is back. Talking about Kumail Nanjiani. Then he says he knows what being a Jedi is like. Yeah, okay, buddy. Then he says Vader seems to be focused only on Kenobi. He isn't worried about anyone else. It shows while in his younger years, he was unhinged. The Vader we see now doesn't relish the needless loss of life, and if it doesn't line up with his goal. For example, Michael Myers is a monster, but killing children isn't something that he's interested in. I don't know about that. Because he be killing children. They are scrambling to with he must say see Halloween Kills or whatever. But anyway, they are scrambling to withstand the attack and don't have much time. The stakes are high. The time is running out. General Kenobi is front and center again, and he doesn't have time for excuses. He loved this part of the show. Tala, R.I.P. Tala, shows Kenobi it is possible to move forward and make a future better than the past and present. He wrote a whole lot. Okay, I can't read all this too much, but I'll get his rating at the end of the show. Stuff like that.
That was a good job, though.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, man.
The show. But certain parts, I'll get to his thoughts when I get to it. So, all right, let's talk about it, guys. Episode 5, which you kind of went into. Let me see what your overall thoughts, Josh, just from we get kind of a overview.
Overview. Oh man, this is great for the Star Wars galaxy because this episode specifically highlighted the ability to have so much talent. You know, it's going to be so attractive for actors to join that project because you can have a cameo that can be an extended cameo. R.I.P. Tyler, but it was a great cameo. It was impactful, right? But you got your chance to be in the galaxy, which will open you up for other opportunities in other films, which it does for Marvel and Disney, right? And we see this with Lupita, got the MCU, and she also got Star Wars. So there's ability to be in multiple projects, and Star Wars is becoming a great environment for people to join. So that's what I got from that.
All right, Chloe, any overview of the episode?
I love this episode. I knew it was coming, but like it hit where it was going. It was giving what it was supposed to give. It gave what it was supposed to give. I loved it. Like I'm totally into Star Wars now.
All right, and E.
Woo! Woo! That thing was fire, man. That thing was fire. I loved every bit of it. Shout out to Reva. Yeah.
Definitely the best episode of the season, I will say. Let's get
Yes.
into it. So it starts, and I'm sure Josh happy when he saw this. It starts with Vader, I guess, thinking about a previous training session between Obi-Wan and Anakin back on Coruscant. And we see that, it's Anakin who like wants the training to happen a lot. And it starts with them, lighting up the lightsabers and starting to have this duel. So, Josh, how'd you feel about that right there?
I thought it was great. Very, master apprentice, which is fantastic because the master is aware that the apprentice is trying to be number one. Yet the master, while preventing them from doing that, is still teaching him. So to Mike's point about Thanos giving you a speech while chipping you, like even though it looks obvious, like visually that Obi-Wan is done for, like Anakin says, but there is no spoon, right?
Yeah, right.
Again, I thought that dynamic was fantastic, and it definitely set the tone for not only the whole episode, but I'm sure where the relationship will develop in the future.
Hey, how you felt about that? Them in the training session.
So I love the training session. I love to hear him going back and forth. It also reminded me of the movies beforehand when Anakin was a lot rushier to trying to win, and he was really like that. What I didn't like was his face. My son looked at
Thank you.
whiz.
Thank you. I was like, wow.
Wow, me too. I was like, wow, yeah, like.
And apparently they used the regeneration or whatever technology to de-age.
I didn't see it. That's all wrinkles.
I was just like, damn.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But other than that, the lesson he gave him, I love the lesson he gave him. And I like how Anakin to sit there. See, I don't think he smiled at the end of this one, did he? He was more like, like he was more tight about the lesson more than like, oh, okay, master, I got you. He said it, but I don't think he meant it.
Yeah, you're right. He only smiled when he had invested.
Exactly. He looked a little annoyed after that from Obi. So I don't know.
Oh, there I go. Hold on, guys. I had a StreamYard issue.
We're in the multiverse.
Yo.
That was past Mike. Oh, Mike for the future.
Right. I had to look at this joint to make sure I was smoking the right stuff.
He shook for a bit.
Yo.
Chloe, as someone who really hasn't seen, been taught the prequels like that, how did you feel about seeing them that training session there?
Well, I think it gave good context to like their relationship prior to till it went down in the DM, till it went down. and and it showed there was like a little bit of tension between them on Anakin's side. You could see that, like it was kind of like, I guess with the context that we know he's Darth Vader now, instead of like before, I don't know, with the original Star Wars, did they tell you it was Darth Vader in the beginning and they were the same person, or did it like build up to that?
Actually,
well,
no.
You knew because originally it came out 4, 5, and 6 came out first, and then the prequels. So the prequels were essentially the story of how he became Darth Vader, but you already knew he was Darth Vader.
Oh, you knew Anakin was Darth Vader,
but that was from Return of the Jedi, right? Or was that? Right. Yeah. That's the only reason we knew.
Okay. Yeah. So, but you knew as soon as like the movie started, or was it like a build up to that?
No, it was a build up.
Okay. So for a person who already knows that he's, Darth Vader, I think it's kind of cool to see how they interacted with that context. So it's kind of like from the different vantage point, instead of like if you're a person just watching the movie and you don't know that Anakin is Darth Vader in the first, 20 minutes or so of the movie, however long it is. It's like, oh, this guy is cool. He's going to be the savior, blah, blah, blah. They're building up this guy. And then he turns dark. So in those moments, like the training moments, you were probably looking at like the smile, like, oh, they're getting along. But because we know it's Darth Vader and we know he got a chip on his shoulder, a little chip, you could kind of read into like the body language a little bit more in this flashback scene of their relationship. So you could tell like Obi-Wan is like, he wants to train him and he's like all for him, but you could see that Anakin's kind of like, yeah, all right, man, like I got you.
It takes place before Attack of the Clones, but so actually it takes place before he sees Padme again for the first time since a kid. So it shows that it does show a little bit of his dark side too, like you guys were saying. But it also shows because he's the one like, yo, talking. He's the one who was coming at Obi-Wan like, yo, when we're going to train again. So it almost was like he was like, yo, I'm going to beat you or show you I can beat you, and I'm gonna keep trying until I do. So it's like he has this like Obi-Wan eventually says he has to win. Like he's obsessed with winning. So,
Yeah.
which blinds him, which we'll talk about later on. You're right. The de-aging wasn't that great. On this, it was for Obi-Wan, but not for Anakin.
Right, because this is when he's supposed to be extra young because he had the box fade with the ponytail.
Exactly. That's why I was like, whoa, what's going on here?
They should have gave him the long hair.
In the editing staff get fired or something. Like
they definitely getting fired.
Did they forget it and just upload it by accident? Like that was a draft.
And they got the money because you see how good they did with like the
MCU
agents.
Right.
Crazy,
that's what I'm saying. They got the money, man. That shit felt like I don't know. That shit was wrinkly as shit.
Like he was because you guys are right. The age he's supposed to be is just like how Tony was when he went in his back when he did the presentation.
Right.
MIT. He was supposed to be that young.
Right. So it wasn't good. But anyway, next we do see your girl, E. We see Reva.
Yeah.
Darth Vader sums her and she's in Mustafar on his castle. And she tells him that, you know, she know where Obi-Wan's at, and he gives her what she wants. He makes her kneel and says, okay, you now Grand Inquisitor.
That felt good. Oh.
Well, go ahead. E. How you felt about that whole scene?
Man, that felt good. Seeing her kneel like that and he like just standing, it felt so good to see that she got to that point. You know what? I can't. I'm not going there. But it felt so good to see. Yeah, it felt so good to see her get to that point. And then it just, to me, it made me think like all the parkour was worth it.
What?
All that hard.
Anyway,
we're gonna talk about that a little bit. We're gonna talk.
We will. All right.
Okay.
Josh, let's see with Vader and her and him promoting her. Let's say, how do you feel about that?
I thought it was strategic, right? It was chess, and again, it was incredibly naive for her to actually think, like, again, respectfully, because it is Anakin, it is Vader. Even Anakin before Vader would be able to
feel that.
I mean, and that's probably one of his strongest force abilities, that he can read you like easily. So when Obi-Wan sneaks up on him, you still got much to learn, young Padawan. And he straight out said that to him, like you want to stay a Padawan.
He said it in an Obi-Wan way. A Padawan you will remain.
Yes. Right. A Padawan you will remain.
Chloe, how you felt about her being promoted right there?
Well, the first viewing, because we watched it twice. So the first viewing, I was like, "Oh, this is nice. This is the the least I hated her this whole season. Like she finally got her pin. She's the Grand Inquisitor. Like she's finally has achieved what she wanted. So what's gonna happen now? So it did feel good to see her get it. Now, in the second review of that clip, I was like, that has PTSD trauma written all over it. Literally. Like if you when you rewatch it, look at how she's looking when she kneels. It's not like a happy look. It's like oh my God, it's about to go down. Like it was a PTSD moment. But I didn't see that the first viewing. So that was interesting.
Okay. And then next we get to them and landing on Jablim, and we get to see all the refugees or runaways and your boy O'Shea, with them and stuff. And they say,
hashtag no shade. That's not O'Shea, man.
No shade, man.
Right. They made him so irrelevant. Shade. Even his lines and dialogue, he was like the afterthought. And we all know he's a much more talented actor than that. So I'm curious as to why his talent is on display in this way. Surely there's a twist. There has to be.
It looked really, really bad, like bad acting. I think he was the cheesiest part of the show so far. Like,
right? What's crazy? You know what I think though? Honestly, what? I don't think he fits in the world. I think
not as that character.
No. He doesn't fit in the world, right? He would have fit. He would have fit as a Jedi, man. When you're a certain type of person, or you like I said, he's raised by Ice Cube. He's gonna have that hero, that like how Ice Cube wasn't Anaconda, that hero type. Like, so that's what we're looking for when we see him as a brand.
He was miscast.
He's just
Yes,
whining the whole
yes,
time. Like,
and
bro,
and then
chill.
switches back up. Oh yeah, I'll help.
But he's like complaining the whole movie.
Yeah, they made him a beta Ben, man.
Yeah,
I was
like,
like, what?
yes.
What was that? What are you doing?
Like,
He was crying a lot though.
Yeah,
ooh, we gotta
they tried-
go here.
They tried to make my boy Finn Jr., man. And see, that's what I'm saying. They got to step that up.
Finn was a little bit more tougher though. Finn was kind of doing shit that more than O'Shea.
I'm still trying to figure out.
Except for Finn fucking screaming for no reason when he shot. Woo! I was like,
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what he was saying when he was like, if y'all ain't like Reva character, y'all ain't gonna like my character.
Right, it didn't make sense.
Like, is it because you're not a good actor? We're not gonna like your character. Like, that's all I keep thinking. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have heard him say that, and I would have had different expectation for him. But like, that's what you said, bro. So what does that mean? Like, are you gonna turn into like a bad guy next episode, or like what's gonna happen?
Right. See, he did it. Paul Bettany.
He made it seem like he was special when he's.
That's yes.
Yeah, and it's just they could have got anybody to play this part. Anybody,
right? Me. I could have did it. Smoking a joint, I could have did it, man. Like
no, you're right. They should have got someone who is a massive fan. They could have had that role. That was it.
That's it, right?
And then him acting next to the Indian dude. I was like, he's a good actor. But in that one scene, and I'm sure we'll get there, but I was like, yo, what is he doing? Like, it just did not fit. It was just all three, like him in a room of great actors, and he's just saying things. And it's like, what is this?
I don't think he looked good. He ain't dressed good.
No, he ain't got a shape up. Like, you ain't had no shape up.
Nah, listen. I respect if he ain't have a shape up because what they going through. But damn,
you mean none of them refugees could have had those?
You know what? You know what I would have accepted his appearance for? The new Matrix in Zion.
Right.
That would make sense. His attire and his appearance.
Yeah. Right.
It's not giving what it's supposed to give.
Well, no, it's not.
You guys so disappointed. It's hilarious.
Yeah, because it's like, damn, bro, you hyped me up. I'm sitting up here thinking you're gonna be sitting up here fighting with helping Obi-Wan cut up some stormtroopers, show off some force, and have everybody pissed off. Okay, I'd accept that. But bro, you did nothing. You gassed me up and did nothing.
Maybe next episode he'll get.
Or was he talking to us?
He gonna get his Reva on, and then we'll get to that point. It was just dialogue didn't matter.
In this episode, when they're there, we do see Obi-Wan. He sees more of the names on the walls, some of the lightsabers that they gave away, and them trying to think of a plan as Reva is coming after them. So besides O'Shea, Josh, how you felt about this whole camp they got going on?
It was interesting. Like you kind of learn again. It's still world building, which is great. So you're still learning about the different levels of Rebel versus the Empire and things like that. How all those things form. So it's just interesting to get the backstory. It's just filling in the gap. So I appreciate those type of moments.
Okay. And E, how you felt about just the whole base and them hiding away there and stuff?
Man, I knew they weren't gonna be hiding for long, especially when that robot was red. So I knew it was coming. I was just waiting. I could care less about some of them fools now. Like,
that too happened. Yeah. And Chloe, any thoughts on the whole what's going on in there?
I felt like it happened really quick. Like next thing you know, he was speeding he was in the tunnel, like pew pew. Like it was about. He was like, "Oh, we're going there now," and I'm like, "How they gonna have time to do anything?" Because he on his way, like.
You know what? To be fair, I have to give Obi-Wan his props. He was General Kenobi, like a good old-fashioned Star Wars type of heist. You just have to divert attention, little magic trick here, and then we're out the door. That's all you have to do to survive in the galaxy with this technology. Stop someone long enough so your spaceship can go to the next galaxy. I mean, come on. I can't knock the approach. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right. So what happens is that Reva goes there, and then they shut off so they can't fly out. So they can't get it open because of the droid, like you said, E, that really kind of locked them up. So they send Leia, because she's the smallest person, to get in there.
No,
to
she
try to
sent
fix it.
herself.
Well, she
Okay.
sent herself. You're right. She always does.
And then,
Honestly, for
and then
me, before I
O'Shea
even
was
get
like,
into
"What
it,
are you doing?" And then she's
I
like,
thought this was just a way to get her out of the episode while more adult things
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Personally, but,
Probably true.
Hot, working on a vent.
right.
and then they
So-
left the dude to. Oh no, that was later on. Go ahead.
Yeah, and and he sent Camille to watch her at the time. Obi-Wan does, like you said, Josh, give a couple speeches to the people about how they can stand up for themselves at a particular time, but also makes a plan to get away at the same time. Reva is outside, and then of course we get more flashbacks of the fight, the training session in between that. Reva though is outside shooting at the doors, so Obi-Wan decides I'm gonna stall her or try to get him open. And then he goes and gives the exposition that we all knew that she is one of the Padawans, and finds out what we didn't know, that she's really hunting Vader, and her plan is to get close to him to try to kill him. So hearing this, let me ask E about your girl. How you felt about this, bro?
I like when I knew she was a Padawan. I started figuring that out. Like that was probably her plan to get close to him and do something. But I figured it was impossible. And the one thing I see a lot of people forget when they're dealing with him is he's behind a black mask. You can't even see if he's smiling at you while he's talking. You know what I mean? Like you don't know none of them facial expressions that's going on under there while you think you're tricking him. He could have been smiling the whole time underneath that helmet.
I did like
Yes.
that big ass gun he had shooting the door though. That shit was pretty.
Yeah, that was fire. All that was fire. The way she wait, where are we?
To that.
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
yeah.
But Josh, how you felt about finding out her plan and that she was the Padawan all along, and that also the Vader, or Anakin at the time, came in to kill her friends in Coruscant.
Absolutely. I mean, this was like confessions for her, right?
Right.
She had a whole album. But I also loved it because it was like deep cover, so like true espionage in the galaxy far, far away. So I thought that was fantastic, and it was authentic, right? But at the same time, Jedi can't really fake the dark side. It's too obvious. That's what the Sith do the best. So you're essentially swimming with sharks, and you a guppy, you a minnow at the moment, because you knew, because the dark side is so attractive because you have limitless power, because Jedi specifically, even as a space religion, right? They're only going to limit your power, and that's always going to be the selling point. People who are ambitious like Anakin, like if you want to get to this level, you have to do that.
Cool. Let me ask you about it. Your first viewing, when you first found out about her history and her plans, how'd you feel about that?
So my first viewing, I was like, she's speaking kind of loud. Like what the hell? Like, why would you be saying all of this stuff out loud? You got a whole army of people standing like 5 feet away from you. They're not shooting anymore. It's completely silent. You're in the desert, and you saying everything. Like she spoke and said everything. So that to me, I had to suspend my what is it? Disbelief, because I'm what the heck? She giving away, and I'm like, on top of that, she knows there's such thing as trackers and microphones, like they like, what?
Right, it's beyond that. Yeah.
Why would you say it out loud? Like it just I was just like, okay, I get this is for because it's a movie, but that just did not make any sense to me. And then upon second viewing, I was like, that's why she was trying to do all them flips and stuff. She was overcompensating. She was trying to do the most. Like, I'm the meanest one. Chop his head off, because you're really not. So you trying to come in, being the loudest and the craziest when everybody could just see right through you. So,
well, here's what I thought. A couple things. One, I agree, Chloe. She was loud as hell for no reason. Two, she was overcompensating, but I think it's like she lost herself, Josh, trying to be what she's not. I feel like, because it's like you want to kill Vader for killing Jedi, but you're killing Jedi to get close to Jada yourself.
But you know what it was though, Mike, for me, which kind of put some like plausible things. So when we learn she got stabbed, right? When she gets stabbed, in order to survive that, you have to use the dark side of the Force, similar to the ancient one in the MCU. That's the dark side. So that's how she learned to do it. So for me, I think it was instinctive because I think that's Mace Windu C, and I think we're gonna see him eventually, but we'll get to that later.
Woo!
Well, that could be a good call. I don't know about that part yet, but I just don't think. I think that her initial plan was flawed already, but I think the fact that she has to kill the same people who she's trying to avenge.
She don't like Jedi though. She told him you wasn't there. She first of all, she expressed why she hates the Jedi because she said she saw Anakin and thought he was there to save them because he is a Jedi, and then he turned around and killed everybody. So she got a vendetta against the Jedi.
Yeah,
she does. And Obi-Wan was saving the world. Actually, that's why he wasn't in there.
But why he ain't say that? He should have just been like, "Yo, I was saving the world." Like he should have gave her that context. Like I wasn't there because
right. Instead, he just
silence.
Right, but we know as viewers, we saw where he was at.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Yeah,
he should have told if he was, if this was a confessions, he should have confessed too and apologized to her. He didn't even do that. But I'm like, you would think they could communicate with their minds or something, right? Because isn't she a Jedi?
You know what's crazy though, Cole? I see that a lot on mad shows where like just say what you were doing, and it's like they just leave it out, or like
they won't say it.
And
so mad shows, you're right. In mad movies, mad shows, the person never says it.
It's to build the drama.
Yeah, it's to build the drama where it's no drama. Like
right,
he would have just been like, "Yo, I get your point," because she could have still been mad after he said that. Because some people be mad after you tell them the truth. They be like, "You're lying," but he could at least said it.
And I ain't like his pause either when she said, "What you gonna kill him?"
No, he's not gonna kill him.
He paused on that.
Like,
did you watch? I got something to say about this too. But did you watch the New Rock Stars yet about this episode? Did you watch it? Did you see that one of her friends with one of the boys that's on the ship that she watches every day?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
We knew that. That was. I feel like that.
Yeah, they definitely led to that throughout the episode. So yeah.
Wait, what? What? Say it again.
The youngling that was in the Amber was her friend
from the prequels.
Oh,
that was literally
the one she got to walk by every day. It's one of her friends that she's trying to avenge. That's crazy.
Well, it keeps her fire burning.
It does. Imagine walking past that every day.
And he's 10 years younger. Like he frozen in time.
Right.
She old as hell, looking at him like.
And the other part, and E alluded to this earlier, is that when Obi-Wan was telling her, like, look, I could bring him to you. I'm like, yo, Obi-Wan, you set her up for failure.
Set her up for failure.
I was like,
thank you. I was like, wow, that was kind of wow.
I wish she would have said something. Like I thought she would have been like, man, I've been around him already. There is no fooling him.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's why I was saying, E-Money, you all like, oh, Reva, she's a little slow.
I mean, look what she's dealing with. Look who she's dealing with.
But she knows how powerful he is. She'll be like, all right, how's she gonna say this is a good plan? I'll attack him. Get the fuck out of here. Like
because she believed in Obi-Wan when he said the only thing he gonna be focused on is me.
Yeah,
and she notices that because when it came about the Inquisitor and all that stuff, the only thing he was focused on was Obi. That's all he was worried about. She even got choked for that, so she know.
Man, she don't know enough. She was a Grand Inquisitor
she ain't
for
know
like
enough.
5 minutes.
She ain't know enough.
She worked all of them years to get that position, and then
listen to Obi-Wan and fuck it up.
I think there's a reason for that. I think there's a reason why General Kenobi made that chess move. I think there's a reason.
Good. I hope so. I hope he wasn't trying to sacrifice her. I mean,
who was too loud to me, which was Bail Organa. So Obi-Wan gets this message from Bail, and he goes to the side to freaking play it. And I'm like, yo, Bail, how you gonna give him all the information? No code, no secrets.
He's like, well, Darth Vader has 2 kids, and one is on this address, and the other one is on that. You have the one with you.
Yeah, and I got the other one. I'm gonna help him out. I'm like, really, bro? You give him all the information?
All that on the thing.
But then, why doesn't the message deconstruct?
Yes.
After
or something.
That's usually what happens in spy movies. And number 2, you would think Obi-Wan would be even more careful with that message. He should have broke it after the message. Like, why are you
burn after reading, right?
Yes, burn after reading.
Right.
It just that was the plot holes in this episode.
That was so fly hole. Cause I'm like, who would say all that on a spy mess? I'm like, yo, this show is crazy.
And it was like a whole body. It wasn't like a text message. It's like
Right.
a whole person speaking.
Exactly. By the way, he was. Thank you, Chloe. He wasn't even hooded at all. Like at least that worked for the Emperor for years, right? You at least put a hood on. Oh goodness, that worked for Darth Maul. Come on, guys, get creative, right? But at the same time, it's like, all right, you have to still see that. I feel like it's just so obvious.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like he's like, yo, I haven't heard from you. I'm like, bro, don't call me there, bro. Like,
and didn't they say they were risky doing it the first time, so the second time was 3 times as risky?
Right. It's just I don't know.
They
that was
a little
definitely
bit.
a plot device.
They definitely wilding.
But anyway, that comes into play later on. Later on. So we see that, like I said, Obi-Wan does come back, and then he goes out and sacrifices himself all the way, and then tells, like I said, Reva what he was going to tell her, and then they go in, and the whole fight starts to shoot out between the stormtroopers and the refugees to try to get away. Vader has not yet showed up yet, and then we get the scene we're talking about where Tala kind of dies there. So, Chloe, how you felt about that whole thing when she died?
First of all, I think she's in love with that robot in a romantic way.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah.
Yes.
That was definitely some kind of
like Lando Calrissian. Yeah.
Like that's her bag. Because first of all, when they landed, the first scene they alluded to it. Because he don't talk. Remember, she was like, he shows himself through actions. It was a little
oh
creepy.
shit.
And then when they first landed, you see them talking. And then he like, sacrifices himself. And the way she looked at him was like she loved him, not like, he protects her. That was a little creepy for me.
It was creepy because what the hell? A compassionate droid? I mean, I guess if you look at CP3O and what's the other one? R2D2.
R2D2. Yeah. So that was a little weird.
Yeah.
And that fight scene was like, pew, pew, pew. I thought the fight scene was a filler.
Okay. E?
I like
the whole shootout.
I like the shootout a little bit. I loved when Reva was making them like push forward.
Yeah.
And how she was slowly moving to the back as she was pushing them forward. Like, go ahead, come on, sacrifice yourselves. Come on. Let's keep this going. Keep it going. I love that. I like see certain things they do right. They do correct. Especially when it comes to certain stuff like that. The action.
The part when she first cut the door open.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan pushed her back with the Force. That was dope. Right?
That was dope too. I mean, he pushed her way back.
He pushed her far. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, Josh, how you felt about the whole shootout? And Tala's ultimately timely death there.
Absolutely. That was a great, powerful scene. And I do agree with everyone else that it was a bit of a filler fight sequence, a blaster sequence. But to be fair, that's always been Star Wars. So me personally, I don't have a problem with that, especially with the running joke as everyone clowns the stormtroopers. So you know what I mean? I understand there's going to be ambiguous shooting, right? Which helps our characters always survive, basically. But however, Tala death scene, to my initial point, now we have her having an extended cameo, but it was a great impactful cameo. But I love the death scene for the character, similar to a Game of Thrones, right? They did what was necessary. She specifically was tormented by her past. She was trying to atone. This was her repentance, right? She was able to die with dignity, knowing to use a Moon Knight reference, right? Try to balance her scales, if you will.
Right.
And she got to do it. She sacrificed herself working with a Jedi legend, Obi-Wan Kenobi, General Kenobi, for the galaxy, for people. Yo, I think she was very, very, very happy with that ending for her.
I think she was, because how she said that she had to help them kill families and stuff like that. And I guess she was ready to redeem herself from what she had already done. So I think that was pretty cool. And like you said, she died on Game of Thrones too. So I guess she always died for the cause. So
right. But I love that though, because it's keeping us guessing. We don't know which cameo is going to be an extended cameo or you're going to be a regular. It's just like Game of Thrones. Anyone can get it. I think that's great.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
And I thought she was one of the best parts of the show, like as far as her acting. I
Yeah.
liked her. Solid. And meanwhile, we got Leia back up there, and she's okay. So the droid, she finds it and turns it back good, and then they work together to try to open up the hatch and stuff like that. So she completes that mission. So I guess the kiddies can come back out to play now, so to speak. So and then after that, because it's not much to talk about. As E said, they're pushing forward, and then they're kind of stuck and they got no choice. So they're still not open yet. Obi-Wan decide I'll let them take me for now, again to buy you guys some more time. So Josh, how you felt about that particular part there?
Absolutely. Master Obi-Wan, General Kenobi, he playing chess as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Getting captured on purpose. I mean, you have to be a bad, you know what I mean, to get captured on purpose. And that happens in Star Wars all the time. Force sensitive people can get captured and always, always escape.
Get up out of
So
there.
that's a great chess move. That's like getting your one of your knights taken, but it's a Jedi knight. You get it? So he can always come back.
No pun intended, I guess. Chloe, how you feeling now watching the episode with the Leia part, with the droid and Obi-Wan sacrificing himself as you're watching it?
I thought it was interesting because their memories are fused together. Their brains are fused together. So like Darth Vader knows what he's gonna do, and he knows what Darth Vader's gonna do. It's stalemate every time.
Mm.
All right, E, any thoughts on
Great
that?
point.
I actually like her point. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We go back now to the training, and we do see that Anakin is starting to get the best of Obi-Wan, as you guys were saying before. And he's overpowering him at this moment. And like you said, like Chloe said, they're kind of intertwined, and their mental thoughts on this aspect. And you see he's using, sheer force, again, no pun intended, but to beat Obi-Wan at that particular point and takes the saber. So at this point in the training, Josh, what are you thinking? What are you seeing?
I think it's great because it's parallels, right? On purpose. Yeah. So what if Obi-Wan and his wisdom is controlling the connection consciously? Okay. So I'm still going to teach you, young Padawan. Remember this moment, right? So the Force is bringing them both there as master and apprentice, because that's how the Force works. So it is literally bringing them together, same way it did with Reylo. We see this all the time. But this time it's Kenobi and Skywalker, but Anakin, right? And he's literally helping his whole lineage.
Hey, how you felt during watching the trainers here at this time when Anakin's winning and beating Obi-Wan?
Of course, I knew it was. I knew Obi-Wan was going to do something and switch it up and do something different. So, but I like to see, like, again, I like to see Anakin up, jumping around, swinging. He was, to me, I felt like he could have took him out. But again, this is Obi-Wan we're talking about here. Didn't he train Luke? He trained Luke too, right?
Yeah,
so, a little bit, right? Yeah, so
bit,
yeah. So Obi-Wan is nice. He's like he's like
nice.
He's like a one swing type of nice guy. Like he'll kill you with like 2 moves. 3 moves maybe. So yeah, I like the scene. Again, my son face was wrinkled. I can't believe they couldn't smooth that out more.
Yeah.
Chloe, as you're watching, especially in your first viewing, because we watched twice. But when Anakin started to win in the training session, and he looks like he's overpowering Obi-Wan, what do you think at this moment?
I think it just is kind of parallels like the story flow of Star Wars. It's like, oh, when you think all is lost and all hope is lost, then they hit you with the, the up, down, right power move, and then and sprinkle a little message in there, and then roll credits. So I think it set us up for basically it's their formula, little snippet. Okay.
So Vader finally shows up. He says we got Obi-Wan. He's inside to Reva. Vader takes one of his long Vader walks, to try to catch him and stuff like that. Meanwhile, Leia does fix it, and they're able to get on the ship. And then this one episode really gets good.
We lost Mike.
Yo. Oh,
This
okay.
is when the episode really gets good, and then
Use the force, Mike. Run to Dagobah. What is thy bidding, my master?
There we go. Yo.
we're here.
We're here.
All right. I don't know if it's my internet. Oh, it's not my internet. It's the StreamYard. Anyway, Vader stops the ship. Josh is the next scene. And pulls it back, kind of like your girl Ray. But he also pulls the doors open. But will turn out to be a fake out because they get away with the other ship. So, how you felt about that whole part, Josh?
Oh, that was masterful. Grand again. General
Fire.
Kenobi doing the heist, good old fashioned heist, right? But at the same time, we get to see Vader's power, the power that we've all been craving to see. We've only seen it in video games before, but now they put it out on us for, and I hope we see it in the films as well. But that was fantastic to see him, rip down the ship. Like this is a hefty ship, and Luke was having issues, on Dagobah, right? You could barely get that up, Luke. What you doing? But he right here with Anakin being Darth Vader and then ripping off the door and then noticing that Obi-Wan always one step ahead. You got it. Hey, that's why you a Padawan. And the crazy part is, on the second time I viewed it, I thought to myself, I was like, yo, the Emperor Palpatine, he clowning the shit out of him. You let some old man best you? What you doing? And that's going to piss him off even more.
Right.
Kylo Ren style, right?
Right. That's why he's not even around.
Main's point, that was Main's initial point. We see a lot more similarities with him and Kylo Ren. So I think I value Kylo Ren's character much more because it gives me a more insight into Vader, because we only viewed Vader from that lens first. Yeah. And now Kylo Ren kind of opens up the perception.
Yeah. Also, at the same time, when Obi-Wan is going away in the other ship, they show when he took his lightsaber in the training session, like at the same moment. So it shows that parallel.
That was wonderful. That was masterful. Deborah Chow. Wow.
Yeah. E, how you felt about Vader with the ship and everything happening there, bro?
Woo! Come on, man. That's Vader. That's my Vader. When he grabbed that ship, I'm like, DJ, look, you got a whole damn spaceship. He pulled the whole spaceship down. And then he pulled it down, boom. Then the doors broke open, boom, boom. Come on, man. That's what we want to see. That's what I want. Everybody wants that. That's what makes Darth Vader one of the best villains of Star Wars history.
I think it's cinematic history beyond Star Wars, honestly. But Chloe, how you felt about that scene?
I thought it was cool. I thought that he actually did it. Like, I was tricked in that moment. I was like, oh, okay. What they gonna do now? I was like, the ship broke, they can't fly away. What's the next step in this plan? So that I was shocked. So I like that part a lot.
I liked it because again, the parallel from before, that Obi-Wan knew it. He'd be so focused on this first ship, he wouldn't see the second one. In the back of the day, he didn't know, he took Obi-Wan lightsaber, but then still got bested. Obi-Wan took his lightsaber from him. So I thought it just showed, kind of at this moment, like, I guess this was like 10 years after before when he first became Vader, he's still a Padawan. Right. At that particular moment, because Obi-Wan's still outsmarting him, which I thought was pretty cool. But then your girl pops up, Reva, try to get her from behind. First of all, it was slow as hell, by the way, her walk up. She did more shit. But beyond that, Reva and him, she's like, listen, fuck it, I'm going all out. She tries to fight him. He actually, never pulls out his lightsaber, by the way. Never, not once. Nope. And he beat her with no lightsaber first, then took her lightsaber, gave her the other half, and then still beat her. So, Josh, go ahead. Shake your head. How you felt about this whole scene?
Yo, tell me this did not feel like Thanos and Gamora. Oh,
they did.
Oh, masterful. That was fantastic. So, I love the scene completely. And it's kind of like, this is his dark side version of Ahsoka, essentially.
Yeah. Basically,
so I thought that's how I was feeling it, and during this whole fight sequence, because for whatever reason I still think he has to be a relative of what's his name, of Mace Windu, because her mission was Anakin always. So you telling me there's no way that a Mace Windu could be surviving, kind of like a Nick Fury, doing secret Jedi missions? And they're using the source material and new creativity and he trained her to be a Jedi who also uses the dark side so she can somewhat blend in. She did ascend to that level of the organization, so we got to give her props.
Yeah,
for
you got to
that,
give her props for that, right?
And then again, what if she's like Black Widow, going on a deep cover mission, espionage, and they might tie it together and maybe in a finale or in a different show or a different movie. That would be crazy because Samuel's right there. He's in the building filming for Marvel all the time. George Lucas already said he's alive. This is perfect. You get to have people like Yoda, Mace Windu, Obi-Wan, younger Grogu, right? Luke and Leia, all in the same place at the same time, potentially. That's crazy.
All right. Josh excitement. I love it. E, how you feel about her and the whole fight scene, Reva and Darth, man?
Again, this is why I love Reva, because she goes hard. She even she fought. You get what I'm saying? She ain't just sit there and die like a little punk. She fought. She did better than a lot of other motherfuckers. You see, I seen people just get stuck to the ceiling and split in half. So to me, I feel like she did pretty good. Yeah, he embarrassed her. He did it real dirty, especially when he took her joint and was like, threw that shit to her. And then he was just moving to the side. First, he was beating her with the hip hop. Yeah.
He said with the hip
hop. But no, he was killing that shit. And yeah, I did want her to do a move where the thing spin like a helicopter and she fly up and then try to land down and hit him and stuff like that. But I feel like they're too scared to do stuff like that. All the stuff we getting, and you too scared to do stuff like that. But it was still a good fight scene. I loved it.
Chloe, how you felt about her popping up on him and the whole fight scene there?
Listening to Obi-Wan though.
Reva, right? She crazy. First of all, number one, she should have known better. Like, you just don't do that. She just shouldn't have did it. And then you fight him. It's like a little kid, like a 3-year-old trying to race you. That's how I felt. Like, a little 3-year-old trying to race a grown person who's a track star and won medals. You're going to make them feel like they winning a little bit. Like, ha, 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 psych. Thought you could beat me? Like, nah, bro. Like, I'm not even at full speed. I'm toying with you right now. Like, so the whole time, I'm like, she ain't know she couldn't beat him. Like, you didn't know. That just proves her. Maybe she was thinking with her emotions. She's just emotional, and she's just like, I don't know. I just thought it was silly. And then I thought it was like Darth Vader. He don't play that. And the thing is, she wasn't even worthy for him to fight. That was the worst part. You got Grand Inquisitor, and he like, I can't deal with you peasants. But okay, fine. Whatever. I'm a little angry. Let me let off some rage. Because Obi-Wan.
Yeah, he had fun with that. He had fun with that.
And then
he didn't pull out his lightsaber. That's how you know he had fun with it.
Yo, he had fun with that, right?
Took her shit. And then I'm like, where all the flipping and stuff now? Where the parkour now? But she probably would have had a better chance. She should have kept that same energy. And no, she didn't. Keep that same energy. You want to flip forward to go backwards and backwards to go forward. You should have been doing all of that with Darth Vader. Because
he's a different league.
Exactly, which is why you need to be doing all that stuff. Like, what? You just do that stuff when...
You know what I was thinking, everyone? I was thinking, what if this was part of Obi-Wan's chess move, right? Because Jedi have different type of premonitions. They see part of the future. It may not always be what it is, but it could go a certain way, right? So what if Obi-Wan, in that moment where he sent Reva to this moment, right? What if he was like, maybe we can escape, right? And in that split second where he's his most vulnerable, you have to be there and strike. But as everyone said, she was too slow. Like they escaped too quickly. He learned a lesson from the flashback immediately, and then he was able to sense Reva.
You're right. If she would have came a little bit earlier, she could have gotten with that lesson.
I'll tell you the moment. If she would have came while he was trying to pull the ship down,
she
could have got him.
She could have got him.
But actually, you know what? I think Vader was so engaged, he would have did the thing where he would have went like that, hold her, throw her, bring it down, then rip it open, and the door would have fell on her. So
Oh shit!
you know what I mean? You would probably did something like that.
It was-
I understand what you mean. There is a moment in there.
But she could. Why she wanted to get him with a lightsaber? She could have threw a bomb, made him impaled a little bit, gave him some fire. You know he's afraid of fire. He has to be.
The Force.
He got burnt. So it's like she could have did something. Like you got all these tools, and you just want to go in there with a lightsaber against this man who doesn't even like. It just didn't make any sense.
How about the fact?
You gotta go. You gotta actually try. Like.
And how about the fact that he then reveals to her? I knew all the time you were one of the Padawans.
Yeah, Patty.
Oh yeah, of course. She should have known he knew.
No, it was a worse scene than that for me.
Which one?
Back in the gutter where we found.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. The Grand Inquisitor then comes up back. The real one comes back.
Yes.
He goes, "Hello, third sister." That's my point.
Like disrespectful.
Well, she did stab him, so
his talk was crazy. Oh my god,
that's what she gets.
And do we think it's odd that Vader stabbed her the same way? He didn't chop her down like the other younglings.
Yeah, he didn't.
There's a reason he's keeping her alive, which is interesting too. I can't wait to see how that pans out. Like why? Because she's gonna find Luke for him. Well, we'll get there.
He also said, and something that was super important, he was like, the Force, the revenge is what kept you alive. It's what made you strong.
Facts.
So that's why he didn't kill her. Because he know that she gonna hate him even more because he embarrassed her.
That's total
so
Sith.
When she come back, he gonna tap into that energy again.
Facts, Club.
So yeah, it's chess.
Yeah. So he must have been holding the Grand Inquisitor back somewhere, the real one, I guess. Like, yeah, just chill over here for a minute. We got you. She's like that. So,
but for Vader to go through all of that was interesting too. Because if you know the real Grand Inquisitor there, that means that he planned the whole thing.
Right.
He knew that she was gonna. He knew Darth Vader had to be like 10 steps ahead to do all of that.
Yeah, he knew. He knew from the rip.
Like, oh yeah, when I get there, she's gonna try to strike me because Obi-Wan gonna try to get her to do this.
Yep.
And then she gonna come for me. So I'm gonna know. So he had to know, because why would you name her Grand Inquisitor and then you know the real Grand Inquisitor right there?
Yeah, and then as you alluded to a few seconds ago, Josh, we do see Obi-Wan has a bad feeling, and then we see her find that message from Bail about Luke, and then they pan on a sleeping Luke on Tatooine. So, what are your thoughts on that? How you see that ending up for the grand finale?
Ooh. So of course I feel like the episode is gonna start with Luke. You know what I mean? Playing, and then Uncle Owen yelling at him, Aunt Maru saying, Luke, all annoying as hell like that. But I do think it's gonna be a great cliffhanger because it'll allude to we spending more time with Luke next season, which I think would be fantastic.
So you don't think anything will happen in this season in the finale?
We know who survives, right? Because of what happened afterwards. So there's only certain things that can happen. So I feel like new doors can open. Those would be the new doors. Because again, all you have to do is put Grogu in there for like 30 seconds. Changes everything.
What do you think will happen next episode now with them showing Luke at the end there?
Listen, I do not know what the hell is about to go down. I'm not even going to front. Like it's like a lot of craziness, and this is the last episode. So I'm hoping for a climactic battle, though. I need a battle.
Okay.
I need to see him try that shit with Obi-Wan.
Okay. Chloe, any thoughts on them showing Luke and what that might mean for the grand finale?
I think that Reva gonna go over there by Luke, and she's probably gonna kidnap Luke so she can get back at at Obi-Wan.
She's a good kidnapper. We know that. So.
Yeah, she's a good kidnapper, and now I think she doesn't have the whole Inquisitor team on her side anymore. So she's gonna have this gonna be a solo dolo mission. So then we could really see how strong she is. Because remember, she was like, I've done a lot of stuff by myself. So then I think we're going to see her on her journey alone and how like nifty she really is. And like how she got through those ranks and climbed the ranks. And So I think we're going to see more of her as a person. There's going to be more development with her. And then I think that her and Luke are going to become friends for some reason.
I think that
Hmm.
I think next episode she has another battle, not with Vader, but with one of the other Inquisitors that she actually wins. Maybe Raiden, the dude with the hat and shit. His
Ooh,
brother. I can see
that'll
that.
be a good one.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
think
yeah.
she's going to run back into the Inquisitors?
No,
Hell
no,
yeah.
no. No, I don't think she run back to him, but I think that somehow they run into her and she fights with them. Maybe on Tatooine, but they don't know about Tatooine. I don't know, man.
What did they track her?
Yeah, or maybe they put a tracker on her like she did Leia. Oh, Josh, I like that. Stuff like that.
They didn't touch her though afterwards.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
Kind of just stabbed her and left.
Well, again, that's my point. I think it's peculiar that they did that instead of just killing her. Like he snapped people's neck like that, literally. So there's a reason he kept her alive, and
He definitely kept her alive.
You guys alluded to it, right? That's what builds your power in the dark side of the Force is that vengeance, that revenge.
Yeah, because I wonder if he looks at them like I wonder if he looks at the Inquisitors like, when you were young and then you had to babysit younger kids or watch over younger kids and they fight and you watch them fight, you be like, oh shit, okay, like yeah, go ahead, go.
Well, from what I was
people kids and let them fight.
From what I was reading and watching, like
you ain't watching my kids. I caught that. You ain't.
From what I was reading and watching, like he never wanted them. That was from Palpatine, the Inquisitors around.
Oh,
and he always worried about them taking his spot under Palpatine. So I don't know. He's happy to kill them if he can.
Well, they all had a sob story too. Like each of the Inquisitors, they all came from the gutter, basically. Right. Because he alluded to that. He was the one when he was giving his speech to Reva. He was like, "Yeah, we all use the Force. That's why we're here. You think we're here for any other reason, but besides the fact of our trauma,
right.
and our vengeance."
Interesting. So, how would you rate this episode, Josh? 1 to 10.
I definitely have to give it a 9 for sure. It was a solid, excellent episode for me, and again, it gave me so much to look forward to because Star Wars is trending upward now. This is what we've been waiting for as fans. Like I know certain projects people have been divided on, but the overall trajectory I think is on the right path. We keep seeing Kevin Feige in the credits, which is also always fantastic. And then you're going to start attracting bigger and bigger talent to the galaxy far, far away because they're going to be able to open up the interpretation of the storyline, right? So you can have people like, Leonardo DiCaprio, who's a massive Star Wars fan, be in a Star Wars movie, but make him more gritty, kind of like Joker, not necessarily graphic wise, but just make it like a gritty type of story set in the galaxy far, far away, but whether him being a Jedi or a Sith or whatever, something that could win an Oscar. Just right. From where they're going with the storyline, they're really building a new galaxy. It's fantastic.
But I wouldn't even mind a movie called Order 66.
Wow. Yes.
Showing all the Jedis fighting their way out, getting killed, some making it, some not. Oh, I would love a movie like that.
Okay. E, how you feel about this episode? 1 to 10. How would you rate it?
I'm giving this motherfucker a 10 because I seen Vader doing 10. He was on 10. I'm giving him a 10. I think this is like the second best Vader scenes I've gotten in my life, besides that one from Rogue One. Yeah, that's how I'm sticking with it. That's how I'm rocking with it. And Reva was great.
All right. And she wasn't, but Chloe was
I'm giving it a 10. I can't think of anything besides, the little stuff we nitpicked about. The storytelling was great.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 10.
All
10
right. I'm gonna go 9.5. It's that close. Yeah, it was definitely the best of the whole season. It definitely was a good bounce back for me from that last one. So I'm gonna go with a 9.5. I thought it was really, really good, and it got me excited for the finale, which it was supposed to do. So I think that was good. And I agree with you, Josh. The world building, the what they can do, even Andor, I'm looking forward to being a gritty series. So I think, it's like you can go. The thing about Star Wars is there's so many years, you can go anywhere and make a story. Ahsoka, Mandalorian, whatever. It's just, they could do so much. So I'm excited about it too. But I want a movie bad, like I keep saying. So I need one.
Really?
You know what they're gonna say for the movie? When a young Grogu meets Yoda, they're gonna save that for a film.
That would probably be a good one. They'll probably make a lot of money off of that.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
There's a theory that he's Yoda's his clone.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Well, Yoda was ripping shit, man. He was jumping up in the air, stabbing shit in the chest. So yeah, Yoda's a beast.
I could see that him being a clone though, and I like the baby with a
clone.
clone. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Oh, now you got me thinking. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming on, guys. Of course, thanks for watching. Always like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll be back now on Tuesday for the boys, Thursday for Miss Marvel, and next Sunday, hopefully, for Obi-Wan, the season finale. And for that, I want to thank you guys all once again for coming on.
And happy Father's Day to all the fathers, Big Mike, E Money, man.
Thank you kindly. Thank you, father, Josh.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Juneteenth on Monday.
Juneteenth.
Or Sunday, but we celebrating all weekend.
All right. For that,
And may the force be with you.
We'll see you later.
Bye.